Morning everyone, and welcome to today's trading analysis on the 21st of March 2022. And what an interesting week last week. If you can look straight onto the Bitcoin chart, you can see that the previous 3 weeks we had a rally towards the end of the week, got rejected over the weekend. Then we had another rally the following week, right towards the end of the week, and got rejected. And then we had the same price action. We again had a rally towards the end of the week. But this time it seemed to have sort of stuck around. That is a positive sign. It means that for the first time in 3 or 4 weeks, a rally that has been happening towards the end of the week have not resulted in it giving it back immediately. So what's also interesting, we now have a green 2 on a weekly scale. So if we had to go a green 2 above, so if the green 2 this week, this green 2 would go above the wick of last week's green 1, which is at 42,400, we would have a buy signal on a weekly scale. That would mean 6 to 7 weeks of upside according to the TD sequential trading method. What's also interesting is then that would happen just below the 21-week moving average. So that would be an extremely difficult trade to take. But I would say confirmation definitely at this moment at about 43,600, where the 21 moving average is. So if we break 42,400, that would be your buy signal, and your confirmation of course would be at 43,600. That would be trading the TD sequential, and then you would place your stop just below the wick of the one candle, which is around 37,500. On the daily scale, you can still see that we are in this ascending triangle, and we had a bit of a pullback in the last 2 days. I'm hoping that we can do something like this, 43,000 to have your buy signal. Maybe pull back. This is where you buy, and then of course, you know, the breakout zone of that 44,000 on the daily scale. Once again, another buy zone in that area. I think looking at that, you can easily measure a possible upside potential for that, and that could be anywhere up to $58,000. It's a little early for those type of projections, but for now we are in this ascending triangle, and as long as we stay in this ascending triangle and coiling up towards the end, we should assume a bullish sort of bias. A breakdown of this ascending triangle obviously would be very bearish. The funding rate has gone positive again, so there are more longs than shorts. When the premium index goes positive, you know, that is more of a bearish sort of longer term environment, so that we are still in that bullish premium discount. But you can see every time that the funding rate goes negative, which is this white line, there's a bit of a short squeeze. This was quite drastic, this section here, and then we had a massive short squeeze over there. Even here, when the price started just dipping below this the funding rate, we had that short squeeze, and now a little one there. But at the moment we still don't have anything significant to symbolize a big short squeeze coming, so the buyers unfortunately in the funding rate should still be down. XRP on a weekly scale is in exactly the same position, just trading just below the 21 moving average. XRP is in a better position than Bitcoin, because if the 2 goes above the 1, which is 82 US cents, it will also cross the moving average positive. So in that sense, I'll be more excited to take that trade on a weekly scale. On a daily scale, you can see it's now really coiling up. So this move, you can see that this move of 82 or 83 cents would also break the longer term trend line. So that is looking pretty good at the moment. Going down to the futures market, and this is actually where it's all at. we haven't seen a big green candle like this on the stock market, on the US S&P 500 for a while. This is the 21-week moving average, and as you can see, it was support all the way through the COVID money printing machine. And then eventually, when it broke through here, it acted as resistance. So right now, as you can see, we are being rejected at the 21 moving average. I'm not saying we are getting rejected and we're getting down, just saying that this is the resistance to be expected. And if this week can close above the 21-week moving average, that would be super bullish. But this is a really positive candle. This is absolutely crazy. This is a weekly candle on the stock market that is 7 or 8%. You know, looking back, you know, there was one here before a big rally. There was another one there before another big rally. Another one there before a bit of a rally. So these type of candles are usually really positive in the market. It's showing that the market is really strong and closed strong. Not quite sure why. I don't believe the war is over. I don't believe all the sanctions has had its effects. But the markets aren't always rational. This is what the market is saying. So a close above the 21 moving average on the stock market would be positive, and we should then assume a bullish bias. I actually took the dollar a little bit of a bigger view. On the weekly scale, you can see also the dollar has been supported by the 21 moving average. And just forget about this little COVID incident. This is when everything went a bit haywire. And then they started printing money. And you can see how the dollar was, or the Dixie was rejected by the 21 moving average. And then eventually it broke through and it became support. Now, going into this, you can see that the previous resistance zones have now acted as support. But we have to assume that the dollar can come back and retest this 21 moving average, which is something like that. And the dollar could come something down like that. Looking at that, it would be positive for crypto and the stock market, because that would mean that people are more of a little bit of a risk-on environment as the Dixie is falling. On the bot trading front, you can see also that the prices have now moved above the 50-day moving average, and you can immediately see that on the 30-minute chart how the RSI on the 30-minute chart have acted as a bottom. You can also see that it's had a buy zone there and then made a lower low with a higher low on the RSI, which is a divergence. So we can expect a little bit of upside now, maybe for a sell zone up there. So we could probably position ourselves a little bit more aggressively in this market going forward. Maybe just wait for the sell zone to happen, and depending on how high this price goes, we can then say, you know, now that we are above, instead of having in my case, my buy signals was at 20. And now instead of having it at 20, I can move it up to 30 to be a little bit more aggressive in this market if it is more bullish. So all in all, I am still in a 50-50 position. Until we break the 21 moving average, my bias is 50-50. So I'm saying, you know, if the price goes down, I'll have some cash to buy. If the price goes up, I'll have some crypto to be part of it. I'm still undecided at this stage. I do think that this positive ending of a week in the stock market was absolutely bullish. So we'll have to see how that plays out. This week will be critical to see if we can close above the 21 moving average, and therefore I would go into 60, 70, 80% over time, really depending on how the market reacts this week. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe, and let's see you on the next one.